Hey, what's up guys? You know me, it's SMG for Life01, just coming in with this video. So for you guys today, as you can see from the title of this video, it is about Central Processing Units, which is short for CPU. I want to talk about CPUs today because, as you know, I'm going to be building a computer and all that junk. So right now I just want to say, hope you guys enjoy this video because it might be a bit long. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So what you want to know about CPU is the gigahertz it has, how good it is. There's only certain websites that you can go on to check how good a CPU is or whatever. So in order to check your CPU, you can do Prime 95, which is a stress test for a CPU, which you can use to see how hot it gets and stuff like that. I don't want to go into that stuff. So I just want to talk about CPUs in general. So CPUs, there are two companies that make CPUs, which is Intel and AMD. So these two are like a big company that are like competing against each other, and they make pretty good CPUs. Intel has come out with a new CPU. The new CPU socket, which is the 1366 socket, I think. And there's 2011 socket, which is for the new Core i7, which is like really expensive, high end, for like professionals and stuff like that. And then you have the AMDs. They have the Phenoms, they have the Athlons, and they have the Operations or something like that. Operation, something like that. They have the Operation, which I'll show around here, and you guys can get a little image of it, what the box looks like. So when you're buying a CPU, you have to think about what it comes with. If you read on the CPU, like when you click on, let's say you go on Amazon or something, Amazon will say blah 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 CPU OEM, or they won't have anything. So that means that OEM means it doesn't come with a fan or a CPU fan. And there's retail on the title of the product. That means it comes with a heatsink fan for the CPU, so you don't have to buy another one for it. So right here today, I have a Core i5 2400, and it's a LGA 1155 socket, if you can see that. And there are Intel, which is this company right here. They make sockets LGA, and what they've advanced on in terms of futuristic wise is that their socket does not have pins on it. They have like a gold contact on the bottom. So I'll show you what the CPU actually looks like. That is the CPU. You can't see the whole thing because it's covered up, but that's the CPU. And CPUs have like a little gold cross on the top bit, which shows that, oh, this is the way that you need to put it into the motherboard. So, and the motherboard has that same tick that you have to just follow it in and just place it in, lock it down, then you have your CPU in. And if you buy a retail pack of a CPU, on your heatsink fan there will be already some thermal paste on the bottom of the CPU, which you shouldn't touch. You should just, it's covered, it's like that. You take it off, it's covered by plastic, you take it off and then you place it onto your CPU. I want to talk about fans now. The CPU fan that comes with an Intel Core i5, they're not the best fans, because there's other fans that actually you can use to overclock your CPU and stuff like that. There's fan like the Cooler Master CPU fan, and then the standard Intel or AMD fan. So actually, I just want to say that how a CPU works. That's one thing you guys need to know. The CPU acts like it's actually a main component of your computer. It's not something that is left to the side. So if you end up trying to figure out how you meant to see how your CPU is performing, go onto your task manager and then click the CPU tab and make sure you make it big so you can see the amount of memory being used up. And yeah, so check that out, and you'll know how much your CPU is using and stuff like that. And one thing, CPU is like a brain, and it is. That's what I'm trying to compare it to. Is I'm trying to compare the CPU of the computer to a human's brain. Except a human brain, you only use 10% of it, and a CPU you can use up to 100% of it. So it's like a brain in some ways, that you can add, subtracts, and multiplies. So when you're using internet, when you're typing in, it's actually doing all that in like a code sort of thing, like adding and subtracting with zeros and ones, and that's what you use, zeros and ones, and it adds up, multiplies, subtracts, and then that's how it makes the computer work. And that's how we're able to use a computer with the CPU. And the heatsink fan that you put on the CPU is something there to actually keep it cool, because a CPU can get as high as like 150 to about 250 degrees if it doesn't have a CPU cooler on top of it, which is a heatsink fan. CPU cooler is another way of saying heatsink fan. So I just wanted to give this information to you guys, because it's good to pass on information to all these people around the world that might not have an idea on what a CPU is, or what a computer actually does. I'm not a big techie guy on this sort of like area on computers and stuff like that, but I just wanted to give out my own details on how a computer works, and how, or should I say, how a CPU works. And if you guys watch this video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'll see you guys later.